I wanted to make this video about time because it's one of those things that we all experience, and many of us wish that we had more time in the day to do the things that we want to do. You see, many of us are not using the time we already have at our disposal to the best of their abilities. Instead, we're distracting ourselves, we're worrying about things that ultimately don't really matter in our life, and we're getting caught up in drama that just isn't worth it. And yet, we all want more time. We all wish we could spend more time doing things that we love. But the funny thing is, would we actually do that? Would we actually spend our time that we have in a day doing things that are enjoyable and fulfilling and meaningful to us if we were given more time? That's obviously a bigger issue for some other time. But in this video, I want to talk about why time feels like it's speeding up, the mistakes people are making every single day that makes it feel like time is speeding up, and how you can rework your perception of time and what you do on a day-to-day basis to be fully present and truly enjoy the moment you're in. We know that there are 24 hours in a day, and on average, most people sleep for about 8 of those hours. Now, on top of this, most people work a job. They spend 8 hours at that job and usually about 30 to 60 minutes on both sides commuting to and from that job. So, just right there, we can subtract 17 from those 24 hours. On top of this, we're gonna think, okay, well, people have house chores, people have to take care of loved ones, people gotta do their hygiene and cook meals and do all these other things to essentially stay alive. So we can subtract about 3 more hours from that. That leaves you with about 4 hours left in your day. Now, of course, this number can vary. People have different life situations, people have different responsibilities, and everybody's setup and experiences are way different. I get it. But for the sake of this video, let's just say the average person has about 4 hours of free time to themselves every single day. But we can take things even further because there was research done in 2024 that stated that the average American spends more than 5 hours a day on their phone. This seems to be about right, but of course, this is the average person. Many people are spending way more than 5 hours on their phone, and some people a little bit less. What this tells us is that most people, when they have some sort of free time in the day, they'll quickly go to their phone to scroll, to get that quick dopamine hit. But what it also tells us is that people are using their phones at work, when taking care of their loved ones, when doing house chores, when going about their day-to-day routines. You might be wondering, okay, why are you telling me this? What are you trying to say? What are you getting at here? What I'm getting at is that our time is already so limited as it is, because we gotta sleep, we have our work, we have our daily obligations as an adult. And for many folks, having to do all these things is exhausting. They get home at the end of the day and they just want to unwind. They want to numb their brains. They want to just kick back and relax. And for many people, the quickest way of relaxing, the simplest and easiest way of unwinding, you could say, is just flicking on the TV or scrolling your phone or eating some junk food. You do these things every day because you want to detach, you want to unplug, you want to unwind. You want to step back from your everyday responsibilities and just go somewhere else, mentally, that is. So you do this after work, after your responsibilities, up until the moment you go to bed. But then you go to bed feeling overstimulated. So you don't sleep well, and then you wake up feeling tired, and then you're annoyed and anxious, and then you do the whole thing over and over again, day by day by day. And this is the cycle that so many people fall into. One of the big reasons why time feels like it's speeding up and it's just slipping away. It's because every single day you're doing the same things, the same obligations, the same responsibilities, and you're unwinding at the end of the day in the same manner. You're sedating yourself with these pleasure-seeking things in the short term, trying to essentially detach from your everyday responsibilities, but ultimately this just makes one day blend into the next. And long term, it really keeps you trapped because it feels so comfortable, it feels so relaxing, you could say, at the end of every day to just kick back and watch TV or scroll your phone and eat junk food, but that compounds. When you do those things day by day, your beliefs are shifted. When your beliefs shift, then your identity shifts. When your identity shifts, then your actions fall in alignment with that identity. So you become somebody who, yeah, when I get back from work, I kick back, put in the TV, crack a few beers, and just chill out before I go to bed. But let me ask you, has doing that actually benefited you in these last few years? What have you gained from that? This is what gets people stuck. They get so comfortable in doing these pleasurable things day by day to unwind or to feel good or to relax, but it doesn't actually help in the medium to long term. You just become an older, more tired, more overweight version of yourself doing the same thing that you did years ago. And the longer you keep repeating these same things over and over and over, the quicker it feels like time is just slipping by. Because as I said, one day is just blending into the next. And this is the predicament that so many people are in. They wake up every day, they go to work, they take care of their responsibilities and their duties. They're adulting, you could say. And that's important because you gotta keep a roof above your head and food in the fridge. But then by the end of the day, we feel exhausted, we feel drained, we feel so tired, and we don't have the energy to do anything. Look, like I mentioned before, so many people say, I wish I had more time in the day. But few people are actually willing to change how they use their free time right now. And honestly, this is because your brain loves predictability. If you look at it from an evolutionary standpoint, predictability meant safety, and safety meant more of a likelihood that you would survive. When you go home every day after a long day of work and you do the same thing over and over and over, that's predictable. That's safe. But I'm proposing something very different. Rather than wishing you just had more time in the day, what we're going to do is use that free time you have in the day, even if it's just 30 to 60 minutes, and we're going to use it in meaningful ways. You're going to do challenging and tough things that are exciting and they develop you as a person. Because that time you spend every day doing new and exciting things that are tough and purposeful to you, they create this sense of novelty, this excitement, and eventually your brain begins to crave that time spent. Because as we've talked about in many other videos, your brain is a novelty-seeking machine. It's always looking for things that are new and exciting. This could be a creative project, it could be a business idea, it could be a meditation practice, whatever the case may be. And eventually things really shift. Your search history changes to align with what you're doing in your free time. Your daily habits evolve to align with the life you want to create. Your time begins to stretch since you're not wasting so much of it. And this is life-changing. It's not that you have more time in the day. You still just have those 24 hours. But your perception around it completely shifts because now you're using some of that free time effectively to do things that are meaningful and exciting and challenging to you. You're doing things in your free time that actually serve you rather than distract you. You're not trying to escape your life, you're trying to maximize it. Look, I understand that everybody's situation is very different. Maybe you're a parent of a bunch of kids, maybe you're a caretaker, maybe you're trying to pay off your home that you just bought, and you gotta work all the time. And many people also work jobs that they really don't like. I get it. I've been there myself. You gotta do what you gotta do, right? But I strongly recommend that you spend the time that you have, that free time in either the morning or the evening or whenever during the day, doing things that are exciting. Rather than trying to escape from your life, as I said, maximize or do what you can every single day to make it even better. Because time never stops and you're never going to get more than 24 hours in a day. So use it wisely, use it effectively. And eventually, if you use that free time effectively, you can create the life you truly love living. So, thank you for watching. I hope this was an eye-opening one for you. I certainly enjoyed making it. And yeah, if you like this, be sure to like the video, subscribe for more just like this, and share it with a friend who you think is somebody who has so much potential, but they're just wasting so much of their time with endless distractions and trying to detach and numb themselves from their life. Because life is short and time's always going by. Maybe this video is exactly what they need. I'll see you next time. Bye.